can't we just have like a rest? We just came way too close to World War III. Maybe the closest we've been since the Cold War. But now it seems like Ukrainian mistake almost set off nuclear Armageddon. Great. Is it too much to ask how U.S. money is being spent over there before we all get killed? Here's what we know. Yesterday, a missile landed in a Polish village on the Ukraine border, killing 2 farmers. A lot of people very quick to blame Russia because they had been firing missiles all day. What followed? Some serious drama about how NATO should respond. Poland, a NATO nation. An attack on one NATO member? Well, that means all NATO members have to respond. But now it seems more likely the missile strike was a tragic error. Watch.
We have no indication that this was the result of a deliberate attack. And we have no indication that Russia is preparing offensive military actions against NATO. But let me be clear. This is not Ukraine's fault. Russia bears ultimate responsibility as it continues its illegal war against Ukraine.
I can't watch him without thinking, Deutsch punch. President Biden essentially saying the same thing at the G20 summit.
There is preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say that till we completely investigate, but it's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia.
So what happened? It seems the Ukrainians were trying to shoot down Russian missiles. One of them may have flown off track, landing in Poland. In other words, technically Russia's fault. They started the whole thing, but here's the rub. Nobody wants to die in a nuclear attack over a mistake. The problem is the U.S. is now heavily involved in this war. We've given Ukraine roughly $60 billion in aid thus far. President Biden urging Congress to give them another $37 billion. Where is all this money going? If we're coming this close to global annihilation, joining now KTTH Seattle radio host, U.S. Army combat veteran Bryan Suits is back. So Suits, sucks to be Poland in this whole skirmish.
Yeah, and you know, President Duda is very close with President Zelensky, all the Duda day, and he didn't want this to be true, but don't laugh at that. And he didn't want this to be true, but it was fairly undeniable early on. The question is, why didn't Zelensky, take the phone call or get it from his own MOD that, hey, that was ours and it went that way? It's a notoriously unreliable missile system that the Russians have sold to 2 NATO nations, Greece and Turkey. I don't know why, but and also, by the way, Ukraine, because both sides are fighting with Soviet-era tanks, Soviet-era assault rifles, Soviet-era artillery. Only now the Ukrainians are becoming a de facto NATO-armed country. But this could have been put out really early on, I think, and I'm a little worried about our partner Zelensky because he was really quick to go on Twitter, go on Sky News, and say, this is an attack on your collective security. We have to do something, forcing NATO to pull back and put the burden on NATO that no, we're going to investigate this. But I really wish he hadn't done that.
Yes, and he's more of a loose cannon than certainly Democrats in this country are willing to admit. They love the story, they love his grit, they love his taglines and his biceps. I understand all of that, but we have been burned in this exact scenario in other countries so many times, war after war. So what happens if the wrong people in Ukraine take our stuff and go rogue and go on their own offensive?
Well, that's not likely. But I mean, look, we love Chiang Kai-shek, even though we nicknamed him Kai-shek. Hang on. Hey, Wyatt, let's stop that. I love Winston Churchill. We've been taken.
No. Your dog sounds like a bloodthirsty killer, and he's going to eat your face.
He's barking at the chickens. Only you. Look at 20 years in Afghanistan. They can't even calculate how much money was skimmed off the top there. This is just a feature of allying with America. We just give our stuff away.
Yeah, but we've given our stuff away and the Free Syrian Army, just the best people in the world. You know, it's like everyone in Afghanistan, they love us because we're going to build pottery barns. Just ask Colin Powell. We're on this. And, you know, then our charity comes back to haunt us. I understand that we don't have the theocratic, troublesome intersection in Ukraine, but you still have a lot of money and a lot of weapons and a lot of guns that are going a lot of places that we don't have a full accounting of.
And remember, going back 9 months, I told you that Ukraine was never really a serious candidate for NATO membership because they're so amazingly corrupt, 06 and above, colonel and above. It's a irredeemably corrupt military. Luckily, they've changed on the fly, and they've done way, way better than they would have done, than they did 8 months ago. But we tend to ally ourselves with people that we lionize, we make them saints, because otherwise, how are you going to get an American to send their son out to go fight for Chiang Kai-shek or some, Hamid Karzai?
Yes. Well, it's getting to be a tougher sell, as you know, because it's getting harder and harder to recruit people, especially good people, to fight for people like this in places like this when they know it's interminable. And our government is not telling us the full truth. I still don't understand why Democrats are, at this juncture in time, completely pro-war.
It is weird, and it's making it political. It's making it Republican to be against Zelensky, as if Putin's the good guy here, or Putin, as Jens Stoltenberg said. He's not. He's not the good guy. He wasn't a good guy 10 years ago. He wasn't a good guy 20 years ago. He's spraying his crazy juice on Ukraine because he thought he could get away with it. And I kind of wish NATO had scrambled 20 fighter squadrons or something to make him think that that's what we're prepared to do. Instead, we called in NCIS Warsaw,
Mark Harmon, absolutely right. Suits, always good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
I'll quiet him. Don't worry.
Thank God. I worry for him.